Hello! Welcome to Story Reckless. Welcome to our 3rd year anniversary, and also welcome to special guest Tinnel. Hello! Thank you for joining us this evening. We're so thrilled to have you. Before we do quick little intros, I should probably introduce myself a little more officially.
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, who am I? That's a good question. I am Nathan. I am the DM here, and I use he, him pronouns. And we're going to be playing some D&D tonight. Typically, we play in the Descent into Avernus campaign, but tonight we're just doing a little one-shot. And yeah, let's do more intros. So let's start with Olive, and then Tinnel, you can close us out and tell us about yourself and all the things.
Okay.
Yeah, so my name is Olive. Tonight I'm going to be playing Armor, a animated suit of armor that's kind of like puppeted around by a hive of fireflies that live inside it. Like, I came from a wizard's tower. I wanted to see the world, but was trapped like a princess as a hive in the wizard's tower. Then an adventurer tried to break in and got fried by like the wizard spells. And so I have now inhabited the adventurer's armor, and I'm just excited to see the world. And I may not have a voice, but the armor can talk by vibrating the armor. They kind of just shake their little bodies.
Oh, that's so cool. That,
yeah,
like,
I'm so excited.
I would love to see that come to life in like some sort of film thing where you could have like sound design to make the it'd be so cool. Anyways, yes, thank you, Olive. Yeah.
I'm Tinnel Lovitt, and I'm usually behind the scenes on Gen Con TV on Twitch doing a lot of thumbnails. That's how I met Nathan. He used to DM for Dress to Quest, which is now on Mondays with a new team. They're really cool. All the shows on Gen Con TV are really cool. And I primarily draw, not play D&D. I'm usually drawing live on Actoroki on Wednesdays and drawing a lot of the art for Peter Atkinson's films with Actoroki in the world of Chaldea. Among a lot of other things, like illustrating for Wizards of the Coast with the Deck of Many Things, illustrating all the artwork in The Crowned, that is a fully funded Kickstarter, a new RPG game that's coming out. I think it's finally shipping this year, so if you backed that, it's coming soon. So yeah, I'm an artist that usually works behind the scenes and draws, so I'm very nervous and excited to be on camera and play.
Well, we are thrilled to have you here, and we're actually about to get to the next exciting part, something that you did for us tonight, but I'm going to hold off just a sec. But yeah, we're so thrilled to have you here, and I think we're ready to start the show, unless there's anything else that y'all have. I think that's good. Yeah?
Did we talk about my character?
Yeah, we're about to. Yes.
I totally forgot.
Actually, yeah.
Right
Why?
here?
Sure. Well, I was gonna have you both more or less kind of describe your character. Olive already has done so,
cool.
But sure. Tinnel, why don't you introduce your character, and then I'm gonna send us over to the other screen, and we can see these characters realized. So yeah, tell us about your character.
So I wanted to play just a really stout, beefy, like if Thumbershard had a runt of a litter dragonborn, this 4'3" shorty that's just thick and ready to rock and roll at all times, but also meditate because she's a monk.
Amazing. And I think with that, I'm going to send us over to the other page. You can see here the artwork that Tinnel has made for us. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just so thrilled and thankful for this. Like, oh, it's so good. So this is it Remble, right?
Yeah, Remble Snowbelly. My friend Dazzle Pan hopefully help me come up with the name. It just
Yeah, I saw the sketch that Dazzlepants did, and Dazzlepants is in chat. Hello.
Hi, Dazzle.
I saw the sketch that Dazzle did for Remble, and it was absolutely amazing. I loved it. It was a little... oh, I should... You know what? I'll try to grab that later. I didn't download it, but I'll grab that later. Let's get ready to Remble. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Schwabanana? Schwabanana?
Schwabanana!
The Schwab.
That's who I went and got ear pierced with today.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so this is Remble, and then we have Armor. This is Armor. This piece is so beautiful. I love the light shining through. Yeah, I don't know. Olive, this is your character. I don't know if you wanted to say anything more on it. But...
Yeah. I also invite you to pull your attention towards like some of the like holes in the armor that have kind of like been filled in by this like papery like wasp nest structure.
It's so cool.
And just like this armor has been like kind of like maintained and like modified over time by the creatures living inside of it.
Yes.
And the cute little mushrooms on the shoulder, I really appreciated seeing as well.
It's such a good little
whole new
detail.
meaning.
Yeah.
Whole new meaning to lived in.
We were just talking to that Olive was saying there's probably some leftover bones in there that are clinking around, which is great.
Yeah.
And then, typically we would have Claire and Enyo on the show. Enyo is traveling right now, so Enyo can't make it. Claire was supposed to join us tonight, but unfortunately got really, really sick, like, yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Claire is in chat with us, though, so thank you for joining, and I hope you feel better. But I will be role-playing Claire's character tonight, and if you've watched our other show, kind of like how we run Valor, one of the other NPCs we have on our show, I'll be role-playing Claire's character, much like Valor, and Olive will be running Claire's character in combat. Claire's character is Perrin. This is Perrin, with Roger the Fourth sitting on his shoulder, the little rat. And yeah, Perrin, I love this so much. Perrin is a gorgeous halfling man with very lustrous hair. He's very proud of his hair. Look how amazing that hair is. And he has these incredible, you can't see it in this image, but he has these incredible arcane tattoos running all down his arms. Yeah, just so good. Anyways.
I didn't get the chance to tell Claire that the green glow that I was trying to draw on the character was supposed to be from the arcane light of their arm.
Yes, amazing. Anyways, this all amazing. But with all that, we should probably, play some D&D. So,
okay. Let's do this.
Yeah. Wonderful job, and
thank you so much, you guys.
All right, let's do some D&D. So, you all find yourselves traveling together, however you met up, and you have been hired by the Lord's Alliance to travel far north to Icewind Dale to deliver a package. You are delivering a package to a remote research facility somewhere within Icewind Dale, far away from the 10 towns, deep in the snow. And you have been trudging through the snow for a better part of 2 days outside of town to get to this place. The temperature is numbing, but it is beautiful in its own way, as you can see the brilliant aurora borealis above just dancing in the sky. And as you come over a hill, you can see silhouetted against the dazzling light a formidable structure standing there stark against the starry horizon. As you approach, it appears to be made entirely of stone and metal. It is stout, it is angular. I would say anyone with like Arcana or history, so probably Perrin. Oh, I didn't even say Claire's character's name. Perrin. Sorry, Perrin. I said Roger the Fourth because, of course, the rat, but not Claire's character's name. I think Perrin sees this and can kind of tell that the construction is dwarven and gnomish mixture together. One standout feature of this structure is off to the right. You see this large dome shape rising up. And it currently looks like there's a portion of the kind of domed metal roof that seems to be able to kind of kaleidoscope open, and you catch a little glint of something shiny like glass and metal kind of poking out of this domed roof. It's for all of you, it's a very strange sight. This is not a common thing, but for us, it looks like an observatory to the right of this building. Trudging towards the entrance, you see huge metal doors, circular, designating the main entrance to this. Oh, yeah.
Like this!
Yes. Designating the main entrance to this building, this research facility. And you see that there are many signs, kind of a little ramshackle, that have just been placed in the snow and out in front of the building in various languages, most of the common languages, Gnomish, Elvish, Dwarvish, and of course Common. And you read one simple phrase. It just says, "Keep away." So this is what you see before you. You see this huge metal door before you, and you know that you are delivering a small package in kind of it's like a small chest, maybe a bread box size chest, right? That you are delivering to this. You were not told what the contents were. You were just told to deliver it to this research facility. And you're getting paid well.
So getting paid well.
Yeah. What do you all want to do as you approach this facility?
I think Armor, at least, has some number of hours ago kind of like withdrawn any sort of like members of the hive from the our extremities.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the arms are just like hanging limp, and like the head's kind of like lulled to the side as like they've kind of like gathered near the cores, and just like the legs to like work. So the Armor is just kind of like zombieing forward.
Oh, I should say, as you're doing that, we see that kind of trotting next to you, you have your other companions. You have Perrin, the halfling, trudging through the snow, and Remble. And behind you, sort of trotting up behind, is probably only a little bit taller than Remble, like 4 or 5, but approaching 5 foot with the feathers. You're 4'3", right?
Yeah, 4'3".
So like a little taller than you, but with the feathers is maybe approaching 5 foot. You see this Aarakocra looks miserable, bundled up, and they look like kind of an anthropomorphic cockatoo. So they have the white feathers and the huge plumage of the big feathers like rising up on top of the head. Currently that crest is pressed down kind of tight, and all the feathers are puffed up around the face as they're trotting up behind you. This is your companion Zeed, who's a little Aarakocra cleric that's following you along. So Armor, you're limply going along. Were you gonna do anything, or just kind of this is just you approaching this facility?
I think Armor will kind of like, as we approach it, stop and pause.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the fireflies will like fly up into the head, and like light starts to shine through the helmet, and we'll just kind of like turn sideways towards Remble. This is the place, the designated location for this delivery, yes? Zzz.
Am I holding the package?
Yeah,
right?
We'll say you're holding the package, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's gotta be expecting us. Like, I know it says stay away, but we're doing a job. Looks right.
Indeed. That is probably for other people.
Yeah, not us. Definitely not us. We're here on business.
Perrin's standing there at your side, kind of looking around, hands on hips. Yeah, it's probably fine. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, looks over at the two of you. I used to work with a lot of Arcane Brotherhood folks, and those guys are, you know, they can be like this. It's probably fine. It's all just show.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone bothering me for my experiments or work either. It's good to have focus.
Yeah. Well, shall we?
I will announce us.
Okay.
And I think Armor will kind of like approach this building, and then just like start just like buzzing and like making kind of like a racket, and kind of like this echoing sound comes out of its like armor, and kind of like using the chest cavity as like a bell almost.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
It goes ding dong.
awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
So as this chime rings out in this lonesome, cold Arctic environment, the sound pierces the air and pierces the quiet. There's a beat as you wait, and then you watch as in the center of this rounded door, you see another sort of aperture, a smaller one open, and this kind of oddly organic looking little like stick like eye sort of pops out. It looks like it's mainly brass, but the eye itself, the eye itself looks weirdly fleshy as it kind of pops out and looks around and then focuses on you, Armor. Looks around at the rest of you, and then you kind of hear a voice emanate out through the door. Yes, who is it?
We have a package.
Oh, good. Okay, yes, one moment. And the eye pulls back in, closes shut, and there's a moment as you wait, and then you hear, and the door, much like Tinnel's apparatus, kind of radiates outwards as it opens, and light spills out into the snow, and you just see starkly lit and silhouetted there a very stout, short-looking dwarf standing in the doorway. And they're waving to you. Yes, come in, get out of the cold. I'll bring you, I'll make you some tea. Please, come in. We've been expecting you.
Tea sounds nice.
All right. So you all head inside?
Sure do.
Okay.
I think Armora has learned that it is polite to let other people go first, and so we'll kind of like stand off to the side and kind of like animate one of the arms and like stick out the arms with like a hand outstretched.
Awesome.
Aww.
And let everybody else go by first.
Okay. Remble?
I just like ting on your armor with my claws, like a little chimey thank you, like ding ding ding, like right on the belly where I know the swarm usually is.
You see just kind of like light follow wherever you ting, just like the bugs there responding happily.
As you go trotting up, Remble, you see this figure is actually looking quite curiously at the armor with the light shining through it as you approach, and then kind of looks at you. Is that the shield guardian of some kind? And you can see now there's this dwarf with thick black hair, kind of has a long, like, straight black beard that's coming out. The hair itself is very chaotic and frizzy up at the top, but he's sort of like gesturing you in, and he has what looked to be kind of like basically what am I looking for the word here, like white lab coat-esque clothing, but a little more not so modern looking, you know. It's like probably got some more robust pouches and little baubles on it and things like that, but he kind of has this like lab coat aesthetic and heavy boots. But yeah, he gestures to Armor. Is it like your shield guardian? I've never seen something like that. Is there someone in there? He's just he's talking to you, Rumble.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure, but I know there's many, and they are very nice and very sing-songy. I think they respond really well to warm tea, though.
All right, perfect. Yeah, everyone come in, and everyone, you're all able to trot inside. Zeed comes up the back as Perrin pushes in, looking about the place. Perrin kind of eyes the place, looks at the dwarf. Nice place you got here. Definitely love some of that tea. As Zeed comes in, this cockatoo-esque Aarakocra shakes some like bits of snow and ice off the feathers, and the big crest pops up. I hate this place. Why is it so damn cold? Yeah, give me some tea, please. And everyone sort of shuffles inside as this dwarf smacks what looks to be a big kind of metallic button-esque thing, and the door behind you kaleidoscopes close. Well, yes, let me get the tea started and make yourselves comfortable. If you could set the package down there, I'll verify its contents, and then I can give you your payment, and we can get you on the road so you can get out of this. Apparently you don't like this place. It's perfectly understandable. It took me quite a while to get used to it myself. Oh, by the way, I am Dr. Stoutbrand, you can call me, and yes, just make yourself comfortable. I'll be right back. And he kind of shuffles off to the side. You can see there's a little stove in this room, and he starts setting up tea and getting that going. Inside this room, you can see you appear to be in like some sort of main living space. There's two long like dining tables. There's some leftover dishes on there. There's the stove off to the side where he's working currently. There's like a small kind of wash basin that's set up. You see cupboards off to one side. There's a hallway that goes off down somewhere. And there's a big curtain that's set up that seems to be separating out to some other room. But it's all very like practical and kind of, think Arctic research facility. Like everything has a purpose, and it's all super like utilitarian. But he gets that tea going, and then as it starts boiling, he turns over to all of you and walks over to the table, clasps his hands. All right, let me take a look and see what we got here. And he goes over to you, Rumble. May I?
Yes, I believe here you go.
Perfect.
It's like small, right?
Yeah, like bread box size. He takes it and kind of pulls it in close, pops it open, takes a look. Right. Reaches in, and you see him pull out what looks to be like a stoppered vial with like something inside of it, and he's kind of looking at it. Okay, it seems good. Got all three here. Perfect. Closes it, snaps it shut. Great! I believe I owe you payment, and then you can get on your... all throughout the walls, you see what look to be like kind of mouths that grow out of the stonework and start blaring that sound, just like... All the lights are these kind of crystalline lights that suddenly go to like a red coloration. The door behind you, you watch as a secondary apparatus closes shut, made of some other type of metal. And there is starting to be, like, you feel a rumble from an explosion in the building, and there's starting to be like gas and smoke that's coming down the hall that's like to the north of you. The Dr. Stoutbrand immediately goes white, scoops up the package, and goes, "We need to get into the panic room now," and starts to trot south towards, you see like another smaller, very robust looking circular door that he's running towards. What do you all do?
Armor turns to Remble, my guide in many social situations. It's like, what is happening?
I think this bloke maybe blew something up in his lab. It doesn't look like it's gonna stay safe out here for long, so we should probably go with him.
I will follow.
I look around for Perrin and make sure the rat. What was the rat's name?
Oh yeah, Roger the Fourth. Roger the Fourth
Roger
has scurried down into Perrin's little lapel, and then you just see the little nose poking out under the shirt and kind of sniffing the air. Perrin's patting the rat and looking around down the hall, kind of seeing some of the arcane runes sort of lighting up and glowing as he's preparing himself. So, are you gonna follow Dr. Stoutbrand?
Yes, I think.
I mean, I think so. Like, the smoke is a big, like, whiskers quivering. Like, I think in many situations I've learned to trust the rat. And so if the like, I think if the rat is like, oh no, then like we should get to a place that the rat's comfortable in.
All right, perfect. So as you turn and you all dash into the panic room, you can see Dr. Stoutbrand is already in there and is like moments away from hitting another button, like looking very pale and worried, but sees that you're coming and is like, and waits. You all file inside. As you do, you hear more horrible sounds coming from behind you. You hear like a screeching of metal. And as you file inside, Dr. Stoutbrand, as the last person gets in, slams a button, and another apparatus seals shut behind you as you find yourselves inside a very small, cozy little room that is filled with what look to be like supply crates. There's a single cot in there. There's a small little like a small little chest, and he is immediately going over to that chest and popping it open, and you can see there's like what look to be some potion vials in there. There's a small stone that he's reaching for, and he scoops that out and immediately like pulls it up to his mouth and begins to you see him like stroke the side, and a bunch of runes glow on the stone, and he begins to speak into it. We've had a breach. Please send anyone, ideally from 10 towns. I don't know how long the door will hold. This is Dr. Stoutbrand. If you find what's left of me. And then puts the stone away, turns to all of you. Well, we have food in here and water, but as you could hear from what I just said, I don't know how long that door is going to keep out whatever is out there.
What is out there, Doctor?
Yes, right, I suppose I owe you an explanation now that you're trapped in here with me. By the way, it's going to be very difficult to get out of this lab now since containment has started. All of the exits have been sealed with adamantine doors, so it's going to be really difficult to get out. But what is out there? Yes, I'm afraid it might be Dr. Haig. Dr. Haig, he's the one that runs this facility, and we've been working on an experimental elixir that's supposed to give, some benefits to soldiers. There's been a lot of tension with the Thayans lately, and we've been hired by the Lord's Alliance to do this. It's basically supposed to make you very strong and very capable in a fight. Well, about a 10-day ago, Dr. Haig decided to try it on himself, and it went really bad. He kind of warped into something awful, but we were able to contain him. And the package you just delivered us is what Dr. Livia suspects is the final ingredient we need to create an antidote to save Dr. Haig. Based on the explosion, based on the gas, based on the everything sealing up, I think that Dr. Haig may have escaped. So, yeah!
We should create antidote.
That's a really great idea. If you can find Dr. Livia, I worry that I don't know. She was back with Dr. Haig when that went off. She told me if anything were to go wrong to come in here right away, so that was her. Anyways, yes, if you could find her, she would know how to create the antidote. She's probably somewhere back inside the facility. That would be great if you did that. You all look very capable, like you were hired to travel through the wilderness, right? You're like mercenaries or something, right?
Package mercenaries, maybe.
Hey, look, I've hired the Luskin Deliverers before, and the Luskin Deliverers are very, usually very, like rough and tumble type people. Yeah, look at you. I think you.
Hey.
We are not rough. Rumble is kind and soft.
Well, maybe you could talk softly to Dr. Haig, and that'll work.
Let us talk softly to Dr. Haig.
Sure, yes. Well, if you are going to go back there, if you can find Dr. Olivia, she would know how to fix Dr. Haig. And if you are going to go back there, I can't just let you go by yourself without any sort of help, so, you know what, just take this. And he goes back to the chest, pops it open, and he pulls out those 2 potions. You can see there's like 2 more sort of nestled in the bottom, but he takes 2 of them out, closes the chest, and hands them over to you. Well, I'll say he hands one to you, Remble, one to you, Armor.
Okay.
2 potions of healing.
Okay.
If things get bad, then you get into a scrap. So, yeah.
Or if the ceiling doesn't cave down on us.
It should be. The ceiling should be good. I think this place is built to keep things in.
That's why this door isn't going to hold that long. 'Cause not made to keep things out.
Yeah, right. Yes, it should be fine for a bit. Look, if you can do this, that would be great. It'll increase our chances of survival.
So, Dr. Stelpman, how do we recognize the ingredients for the antidote? Does he fill us in on that?
I wasn't part of that process. That was Livia's whole thing, so you're going to have to find her. I'm more of, that's not really my specialty. I was dealing with other stuff.
I'm curious. What is your specialty?
It's not important. We need to focus on getting out of here.
Well, I look at Perrin and Zeed. How ready are you to find Dr. Olivia? Because we might. So, I would ask for the layout.
Sure.
And stuff. Get a good bearing, and also I would listen to see if what we heard coming had passed or moved away.
Yeah. So yeah, first go ahead and make a perception roll as you press your ear against the door to see if you hear anything. Is that a 4? Oh no. You press your ear against the door and listen with just the most intent to hear whatever might be out there. You don't hear anything except for the little squeak of Roger the Fourth, who has crawled out from Perrin's shirt and is currently sitting there cleaning himself, kind of sniffing the air. But you don't hear anything outside the door. Asking for...
I think...
Oh, yeah.
I think Perrin is going to cast Gift of Alacrity on Remble. here.
Okay, awesome. What does that do?
Gives plus 1d8 for initiative rolls. So something along the lines of, we better be ready. Sounds rough out there.
So yeah,
you go first.
As Perrin reaches out, you watch as Perrin does this very intricate sort of weaving motion with the hands as the runes on the arms all light up and glow, and you swear that some of the tattoos almost seem to kind of come off of the arm for a split moment, and then so you almost see like superimposed multiple versions of Perrin's arm before they all kind of coalesce back into one. And you, Remble, feel this sort of hyper alertness wash through you. You asked for the layout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Dr. Stoutbrand does a quick little mock-up of a map of the facility. And let's see, I'm trying to think of how to do this. I mean, essentially, he says there's essentially 6 rooms beyond the hallway. There's Dr. Haig's study, which will be the first door on the right. There's the research library, which will be the first door on the left. Second door on the left is the containment facility, which is where Dr. Haig was being kept and where Livia was last known to be, Dr. Livia. And then the hallway will turn right, and there will be 2 doors. The door on the right is a storage room, and the door on the left is the synthesis lab, which is where basically like very complex potions and such are created and synthesized. The final room is the observatory, which was the big rounded shape that you saw when you first approached, and that's in the far northeastern corner of the building.
Okay.
Can you give us this directions again in the form of dance?
In the form of dance?
Yes, this is my language of directions.
I don't think I've ever... He looks really confused. I
take a moment because I feel like by now I would have learned some of those dancing maneuvers, and I dance the direction.
A little like a bee wiggle dance.
And I like...
I understand.
I have this visual of you going up and almost like wiggling on the armor like you're like twerking or something like.
No, just the tail. Just the tail.
Okay.
Just the tail kind of like taps the chest a little bit.
Okay.
Wait. How tall are they?
Oh, I think tall, like 7 feet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Like
okay.
Alphonse from Full Metal.
My tail just barely taps the top of your thigh. I'm very short. So like I'm looking up at you the whole time.
Brilliant. Everyone, well, Perrin and Zed have experienced this before and are just watching it, you know, but Dr. Stoutbrand is like fascinated, and you see him take out that little notebook and just starts like jotting down notes, and like you can see him like sketching things and just watching this whole interaction with utter fascination. Awesome. So yeah, you've been given the potions, you've been given a rough layout and a rough objective. And yeah, I think the final thing he says is, honestly, if you can find a way to either subdue Dr. Haig or get him back in containment or cure him in some way, that will increase our chances of survival. The experiment did not go well, and it made him not himself, so. But, hey, good luck. I believe in you. All right.
Believe in us. Shoot.
Do y'all want to exit the panic room?
I think.
Like I would imagine we take a note from Roger the Fourth,
Mm-hmm.
and we poke our head out, like look both ways.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna, Dr. Stoutbrand goes over and presses the button again, and the door kaleidoscopes open, and you can see the main living quarters that you came into is very like. The lights are still on, but there's a lot of like dust and sort of gas kind of in the air. There is a very acrid smell in the air. Nothing too severe, like just a little bit of tingling in your nose. But yeah, Remble, go ahead and you can make another perception roll now that you are stepping out of the room and looking about.
Okay. And I'll stick with the roll 20 for now, but I want the world to know I had dice ready.
They're very pretty dice. We got to see them, yeah. You can roll physical dice. That is what Claire does. Do yeah, go for it.
Okay. I have to figure out what.
Go for it.
I'm rolling persuasion. No, perception.
Perception, yeah.
Okay, and then I get a +2.
Awesome.
That is a 19.
Wow, awesome. Okay.
Promise.
Looking about the space with all of this kind of haze in the air, you don't see any movement in here. You don't hear anything in here. You do hear very, very faintly, somewhere deeper within, kind of a, like a gurgle. This sort of, someone kind of straining, gurgling somewhere deeper within the facility.
Like the direction that we're supposed to go?
Yeah, here, I'll I'll set you all out here. And as you kind of file out into the room, Dr. Stoutbrand watches you leave, and as the last person crosses the threshold, he gives a little wave and then smacks the button, and the door closes behind you, sealing you out.
Do you want to switch us all over
I will,
to the map?
I will switch to the map, yes. There we go. And I'll get in close. So as you step in, the door closes. I will say, with a 19, Remble, you hear muffled through the door Dr. Stoutbrand go, "Oh, that should buy me some time." And now that you're out here, the sound was coming from the north, this way down the hall.
Oh man.
Okay, and just could you review the instruction, directions that we got?
Oh, there you go.
I have to. I'm very good with directions.
That was awesome. Yeah. So yeah, that is actually there you go. That's your rough map.
Okay.
I just dance. Go forward.
Okay. Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Just...
Oh
my god.
That's incredible.
That's so good.
That's us. Yes. I mean, we got the rest of our team behind us. But...
Oh yeah, totally. So are you gonna go first, Armor?
I guess I am.
Okay. Who's going behind?
Are you saying
Armor?
We should go down the hallway or this first door to the left here?
Oh, to be clear, the first door to the left is not something that he described. That is just like a curtain that it opens up into. I could just tell you, it just opens up into like a bedding quarter. There's like beds and things in there. Yeah.
And who has the antidote reagent?
That's a good question. Yeah. Who's gonna take that?
Ooh. Well, I was carrying the package here. Might as well carry it a little further.
All right. So he had 3 vials.
Right.
This is actually a good point. We might have to do a little bit of backtracking here, depending on how you want to do it. He is willing to give you 1. And then he's gonna hold on to the last 2. You're welcome to try to find a way to get more from him, whether try to convince him or otherwise, but yeah.
Were they different colors?
No, they all seem to be like the same kind of
Exactly.
ingredient. Yeah, he only passes you 1.
I feel like I would have tried to convince him to give us 1 more chance because we were the ones taking the risk and he was staying safely inside.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do a persuasion.
In case we had to split the party.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Huh. That's gonna be fun.
Is that a 1? Is that a natural 1? I'm so sorry.
Get for rolling digitally.
Yeah. No, yeah, he closed the chest and promptly locked it and went, I think 1 is good enough, and puts it off to the side.
I definitely asked for payment though before we left that room.
That's fine. Yeah, he would give you.
I would have been like, fine, payment now, or I'm not going.
Oh my goodness. Yes, time to go.
I'm gonna die rich.
Time to go for the real dice, indeed. So yeah, you have the layout. You have 1 antidote. It's 1 half of the antidote. It seems to be the final ingredient, but yeah.
Yeah, so Armor will proceed down this hallway.
Okay.
Until Remble says to stop or like go into one of these doors.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe. Here's the part. I drew the map. I didn't write down what was in each room. So they were keeping Dr. Haig on the second left. So I think we want to be extra wary if we're passing that room. And then I think down one of the like left or right door, one of the last doors before the observatory was where Dr. Olivia was doing her research on the antidote. But I'm just going off of memory, so I don't know if that's accurate.
I also missed it out of character. So let's just start opening doors.
I love the idea that maybe Remble always thinks that she knows exactly where she's going, and like only like 10% of the time is she accurate. But she has the confidence that she knows where she's going.
I love it.
Okay. Yeah, Remble's definitely like, oh, skip that room. Keep going.
Okay.
Just slowly, cautiously.
Yeah, so you start going down the hall. Armor, you pass a door on your right, pass another one on your left. Up ahead, do you have dark vision? You don't, do you?
I do not.
Okay, so you see up ahead, it is getting very dark. All the lights in that area have gone out. I'll say actually go ahead and, since you're starting to go into like dim light, make a perception roll for me, Armor. To see if you can spot anything as you approach.
That's a 10.
A 10, okay. You can barely make out that the door at the corner far ahead, it looks like the hallway like turns to the right. That door is completely busted off its hinges and is lying on the ground. And there is that kind of gas that's sort of permeating the air. It seems to be thicker as it's spilling out of that room.
I don't like this.
Oof. I don't like it either.
Let us seek refuge. A hive. Gesturing to the door to our left.
Okay.
Oh no.
Are you gonna open it?
The first left? Or the
First left.
Okay. We should go to the right. The first door to the right. That's the study.
Okay. I'll follow your lead then.
Because that's like a step back, right, from the.
Yeah, you're Remble. You're standing right next to the door to the right.
Okay, perfect. I'm like, no. I like ding on your arm. No, come here.
Okay. So you pop open that door, Remble, and peering inside, you do indeed see what looks to be like a small office. Inside there's a large, beautiful like mahogany table. It's covered in notes and books. There's a nice stuffed chair at the back. There's a small bookshelf in here with a beautiful rug and what looks to be another object that's not super common. Looks to be a globe in the corner that shows the planet that you all are from, which is Toril, just sitting there in the corner.
Armor, look at this. I think that we could possibly see some notes, maybe even on how to make the antidote, if this is the study.
Ah, yes. Let us investigate.
This sounds great. Perrin will help whoever is going to investigate.
How's your investigation, Ramble?
You can also use perception if you want
I
to
would
search
love
the room.
to use perception instead.
I mean, my perception has +2, and I'm gonna roll manual.
All right, awesome.
Okay.
And are you gonna also roll perception, Armor?
I think so. Yeah.
Perfect.
And I'll take the help, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
That's nat 20.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, Remble, did you? I'm assuming you didn't roll nat 20 because you would have. Okay.
13 after my modifier.
Okay. Well, as Remble, you let's say are looking at the bookshelves and sort of like going through the various books. Armor, you immediately go to the desk and start to search through there. You do indeed.
I think the way that Armor searches is just like fireflies like spill out of this armor and just like start crawling over things all over the room.
That's so
and then like wherever they find something interesting, they'll start like flashing. And then like waves of like flashing like kind of like emanate out across the room, across all the fireflies, kind of like centering on anything that's interesting.
That's awesome. As the light starts pulsing out, and you can see, Remble, that the fireflies are indeed clustered in 2 areas. They're clustered on the main, like what looks to be like a journal that's sitting on the desk, and it has many journal entries in it. But the last one that the page is currently turned to seems to have a lot of interesting information. The other cluster that you found, Armor, is you've crawled inside of the desk, and in one of the drawers there is a smaller collection of notes that look like they've been kind of taken out of some other source in a different handwriting. The handwriting on the journal, that handwriting being the first one you saw, that one speaks of it seems to be a bunch of notes on creating this serum to enhance people. It speaks of being able to create individuals that have powerful regenerative properties. It also seems to have promising results on test subjects, but more testing is necessary. The potion primarily uses components from various monstrosities that have been harvested, such as trolls and ettercaps.
Oh no.
As you pull open the desk and find the smaller collection of notes and start to read those, these written in a different handwriting, they actually almost they're crumpled, actually, I think is what it is. They're crumpled and they're in a different handwriting, and they seem to be listing out kind of a complex like formula of whatever this serum might be, or at least like an attempt at this serum. And as you are trying to decipher it, you see down at the bottom a bunch of like written in the margins it says something to the effect of not usable, extreme weakness to fire and acid. So those are the things that you find in this room.
Armor can't read, I think.
Yeah, so
this is purely Remble information.
Right, and that's what I was picturing, was that you were glowing on these spots, and then Remble was pulling them out and looking. So yeah, you find the main journal that talks about all this stuff, and then these smaller notes that were like, they seem to have been crumpled up and put inside the desk, and they talk about that.
Okay. It looks like we might have a chance. It sounds like whatever that thing Dr. Peg may have turned into has a weakness to fire and acid. Better get those fire starters ready.
Little sparks come up from a couple of the fireflies.
Armar, have I ever told you you're too pretty to die?
Perrin looks over. I don't think that Armor can die. You know, I mean, like, what would even happen, Armor? The armor would crumple away and you'd fly away, right?
Without the protective hive, the queen would soon perish, and we would go with her.
Oh.
We are quite vulnerable outside of our shell.
Zeed standing in the corner, the little frill like poofing up.
Yeah, that sounds bad. I feel like I'm missing my protective shell and hive in this whole place. Why do you guys keep dragging me to these awful places?
Is it not wonderful to see the world?
Oh, well, I miss Chult. It's cold as hell up here, and I want to be back in the warmth, but I mean, you guys are all right. I do like traveling with you. It's just, why do we always got to keep going north? We just keep going north, colder and colder.
Yes, but to experience the cold is to appreciate the warmth.
Oh, yeah, okay, I know. You've told me that before. I'll try to remember it.
The more you can experience, the more you will appreciate.
Yeah, I know, Remble. You've told... okay, I'm sorry. I'll focus on...
And you see Z pull out this little glass figurine of what looks to be a kind of a medallion shape that has like a labyrinth within it. And you watch them start to trace it with their little clawed hand.
I'll focus on my meditations. I'll focus on this. Thank you, Remble.
And they start to trace the labyrinth.
Clarity of mind is clarity of spirit. Now, we are ready to fight. Whatever is ahead of us.
Awesome. Yeah, where do you all want to go next?
Well, I believe they were keeping Dr. Heg in the second left, which is why I was a little hesitant to go there. Sorry about that, Amar. Let's try to go down. I believe one of the rooms right before the observatory has the ingredients. So let's see if we can't get down there.
Awesome. Okay, so you file out of the room and start making your way towards that area. My question to you is, how are you progressing?
Armor doesn't have dark vision.
Yes,
and
it is very dark.
Clanky as hell.
Yes.
It's
clanky, it's dark.
I think do I have dark vision?
If you're Dragonborn, then you should, yeah.
Okay. I was trying to... I'm sorry. I'm in a noob moment.
That's okay.
You're doing great.
I was trying to look on my sheet, and I don't even know where to look on my sheet. There's a little gear that senses. Nope. That's... dark vision right here. Nope. That's... a monster with dark vision. That's not me.
As a Dragonborn, you should have dark vision. I'm like 99% confident of that. So yeah, you're good.
Okay. Well then, I'll just say I do, because I'm trying to figure out
perhaps you could lead the way through the dark, unless you want me to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will follow Remble, I
Okay.
guess. If you wanna-
Yeah, Remble, if you want to move your token, I'm also happy to move your token out front. It's up to you.
Oop.
Yeah. There
And
you go.
we came from down here, right?
Yeah, you
So-
came from down there, so yeah, going up
There
that
we
way.
go. So let me just-
Are we trying to move silently?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and everybody make stealth rolls for me.
I get disadvantage on these from my scale now. It's gonna be great.
I'll
I
roll.
feel like at some point I made you a scarf and I like stuff it in your joints.
I love it.
Yeah. I got. Oh no. I would have
Okay,
gotten a
plus
15
2.
with high. I got.
Oh, you got a 3.
Oh, and I only got a 12, so.
Okay, okay. What did Perrin get? I believe you have Perrin's stats there.
Yes. Let me see. Stealth is. Oh wow, +5. So good. So stealthy, Perrin.
Oh, Perrin, go first, buddy.
Perrin got 13.
13, okay. You all very, as best you can, quietly creep forward. Yes, Remble.
What did Roger the Fourth get?
Oh, Roger the Fourth doesn't have to roll. Roger the Fourth just stays tucked in Perrin's little shirt.
Hey, I was like, can Roger the Fourth go first?
Yeah, I mean, Perrin has made it very clear to everyone that Roger the Fourth is not a familiar. Roger the Fourth is a rat. It's just a rat. Yes, Roger the Fourth. Like, you probably had this conversation very early on in your travels together.
Okay.
Because Perrin clearly is a wizard, and Perrin is like, we could do a flashback here. Perrin, you're all sitting around the fire, and Perrin's like, oh, no, Roger the Fourth's just a rat. Yeah, no, just a rat. The Fourth rat. Yeah, but I love Roger the Fourth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love him too.
Yeah, but no, I
So-
can't like see through his eyes or like, you know, make him go places. I mean, I can't. I mean, Roger, you're decently well trained, but you know, I can't really like make him go any like, yeah. So.
Roger the Fourth does not go first.
Also, I asked Claire, a little sidetrack here. I asked Claire, I was like, Claire, how do you want me to play Roger the Fourth? Is Roger the Fourth just? Am I gonna hand wave the fact if something happens? Is Roger the Fourth just survive no matter what? You know, like somehow escapes. And Claire was like, no. So if there's like a fireball that goes off, I will roll for Roger the Fourth to see if Roger the Fourth survives. So
Can Roger the Fourth get like complete advantage because
he's so cute.
I feel like he would scurry into the armor as
Yeah,
a last
sure.
resort and be fully protected with the fireflies.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, you all go as quietly as you can. You unfortunately are a bit creaky and loud, but in a last ditch effort, Remble, you rearrange your scarf that you've tucked into the armor, and some of the clanking becomes a little less severe, and you're able to progress down the hall decently quiet. Both Zeed rolled decently as well. So yeah, as you creep down the hall, Remble, you just see, with your dark vision, it's all like black and white that you're seeing ahead of you, like that night vision. You could see a couple of doors. There's the one to the right, and then there's the one to the left there to the north that you suspect is where the area is that you had drawn on your map.
Yeah.
Directly up ahead, you can see the room opening up, and there's a large vacuous space that's appearing before you. And as you peer inside, you can see this remarkable object, this absolutely huge kind of cylindrical metal contraption of glass and chain and gears, and there appears to be a small little area down at the bottom. It's kind of angled upward where someone could probably look into. It looks like you've probably experienced a telescope before, like a smaller one, like a spyglass. This is like that times 10. It's absolutely huge. And you do in fact see that the domed roof that was open when you approached is now sealed shut with the same kind of like metal, things that have, and you can kind of see that the whole thing seems to be run by a series of gears and chains, and the ceiling area where kind of some of the contraptions are for moving this around, it's kind of this sort of mess of chains and gears up in the ceiling. Yeah, what do you want to do, Remble? Like, it looks like you're kind of pushing a little further forward to kind of scope out. No, it's fine. I love it.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to lose Amar or the rest of the crew.
You should move my tokens because I can't see anything. So Armor, I think, is just like holding on to your tail.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally do that for you.
I'm doing gentle sweeps with my tail, and if I lose you, I like stop and wait until my tail brushes you again.
This is very much like Three Blind Mice, because Zeed, Perrin, and Armor do not have dark vision, so they are all holding and just following Remble into the dark. Like, okay, Remble, I hope you know what you're doing.
Drew a map.
Yeah. So,
I drew the map. I didn't write down directions. I just drew the map.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I feel like there would be two things that I consistently check for as we go, and that is smoke coming at me from any particular direction, and is noise or the thumping coming at me from any direction.
Yeah, make a perception roll for me as you are pressing down this hall.
Okay, I'm gonna trust you, digital dice. I'm gonna trust you.
That seems like oh my goodness, a 7. I mean, the gas is clearly coming from the room behind you at the end of the hall. Like, you passed by it, the room that had the door that was blasted off, and you're able to pass by it without issue. It does get really intense, and like the stinging sensation is pretty bad in your nose as you pass by it, but it doesn't cause any like harmful effects, it seems. But it does seem like if you were to push inside that room, it might be uncomfortable to be in there. So, you don't hear any sounds, and you don't see anything up ahead other than the doors and what I described to you. So.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get the party into that more open area because I'm very nervous about just opening doors around here.
Okay, yeah. I'll move the party as you go wandering into the dark.
Wow, we're going so far into the dark.
Okay, okay, so, Remble.
Yes.
So.
Oh no.
You lead the party, usher them into this more open space to get ready to open the doors, and you're kind of getting everybody in position. You're standing in this huge kind of observatory style room, kind of vacuous space. Armor, your senses with all these little fireflies, like there's a little bit of light, I think, kind of coming from you.
I think they've actually all like gone out.
Okay, so it's all dark. But
yeah.
you I think, I don't know, there's just something like with your anatomy being little bugs, like your hive kind of senses an opening up of space, like in this area. But everything is just pitch black, pitch dark. Same for Perrin and Zeed, just absolute pitch dark. And you, Remble, just see them kind of like doing their best to follow and hold on. Remble, you hear...
Is there any...
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You hear, as you're trying to get everybody into position from behind you, those chains kind of...
Oh, no.
Do you look up?
Very slowly. I freeze, and like my tail just like freezes. I think that's the signal. My tail freezes on Armar, and so everyone just freezes. And I slowly look up.
In a very, if anyone's seen the first Alien movie moment, Remble slowly looks up towards these chains that are up in the ceiling, and you feel a bit of wetness dripping on your forehead. And as you look up, you just see pressed up in the gears and in the chains some shape that is not right. It's not angular, it's not metallic, it doesn't fit the man-made construction. There is some amorphous organic shape tucked up in there, and you see it shift and move and catch a bit of like whatever. There's no light in here, but you just see those kind of like striations of muscles and shapes moving as something shifts and looks down towards you. And in that sort of night vision-esque vision, you see the glint of kind of predatory eyes reflect down at you, and you hear a low and you start to see things sort of twitching and moving like tendrils sort of spitting out of this thing. I'm gonna need all of you to roll initiative. So,
oh my god.
That was fast.
We didn't do any exploring. We should have gone linearly.
I love it.
I thought the room with the gas had the monster.
No, that's where it broke out of.
I love it.
No.
I love it. It's so good. And yeah, by the way, Armor, Zed, and Parrot can't see anything. You just hear the chains and suddenly hear this sound. All right, I'm gonna roll initiative for this thing.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh.
This
You're
is
doing great.
I love it. This is so good. Oh man.
I regret everything.
It's awesome. All right, let me pull up.
Okay, so I had the package, right?
You have the package, yes, yes. But you only have, again, it's 1/2 of the ingredients needed for the serum.
We have skipped too many things.
I definitely like chuck it under the desk.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you, in this moment of panic, you slide it under that desk as this thing starts to shift and start to descend out of the ceiling. All right. So let's get some initiatives here. Remble, let's start with you, and you can add a D8 to your initiative because of Perrin's spell.
Okay. How do I do?
So you're just gonna roll a D20 and add your dexterity modifier. So you know where you're. Oh my goodness!
Did I just get 30?
You got 22. You got a natural 20, so you got 22. Now roll a D8, and you can add whatever you roll with the D8 on top of that.
Uh-oh. What are the commands? What do I do?
Oh God, what are the commands?
I'll just roll it. I'll just roll
It.
manually. Okay.
Oh my God, this is totally
6.
6. So you got 28 is your initiative. You're definitely going first, which is good. Armor, what did you get?
I got 10.
10. Okay, and what about Perrin?
25.
25. What? Wait, what?
I don't understand the character sheet, which this did not survive the scanning well. I see the number 6 in initiative.
Wow. Okay, that's really cool. They must have put some. Yeah, Roger the Fourth will be okay. I'm gonna roll for Zed. Zed gets. What are Zed's stats? Zed gets a +2. Zed rolled a 14. Okay, nice. Well, thankfully for you all, the monster rolled pretty poorly. So.
We can just run away.
You certainly could. So, Remble, I will reveal the token to you because you can see it. Nobody else can. And I will reveal it to the stream so that I can show off Tinnel's final piece of artwork that she made for us, which I did not share with the players. They did not know this was happening.
I wasn't ready.
It's so good. So this is the monster. This is what Tinnel created for the monster of this encounter, and I'm so pleased. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, this was this was great. All right, so Remble, you are up first. What are you doing?
Oh boy. I was looking for, as a white dragonborn, like, I do cold damage. That's opposite.
Yeah, no fire, no acid. Yeah.
So, I still feel like my immediate reaction would be, oh gosh.
Oh, and it is, sorry, it's up in the ceiling, so it's like, it's like 20 feet up. And it's like
that's high.
Yeah, pressed up in the ceiling, looking down. You know, 20 might be a little, like, we'll say 15 feet up in the ceiling, pressed up in the rafters.
Okay, well, ooh, breath weapon. I feel like that would just be my immediate, like, gut reaction, and I would also try to, like, roll backwards so that all these blind mice, I, like, push them back a little bit, because I'm stout, so, like, rolling is my go-to. Okay. So that's what I do. I immediately use my breath weapon, because it has it only has a 15-foot range, and I can't very...
That'll hit, yeah.
Okay. Definitely do that.
Okay, so you're gonna let your breath weapon out.
And then I just roll backwards, like, a couple steps to shove the entire party back a couple steps.
Oh my goodness.
As much as I can.
All right, how does the breath weapon... Let's resolve the breath weapon first. How does that work?
Yeah. I did roll it, but let's...
Oh, you rolled it. Yeah. Okay, DC 11, 10 damage. Perfect. Let me...
There we go. I added it to the chat. Okay.
So this thing needs to make a con save.
I immediately exhale destructive energy. That's what it says.
Okay, so it got a 15, so it saves. So it'll take half the damage. It'll take 5 cold damage. As it sprays up into it, it kind of... You see now as the shape is starting to form, has like this kind of broad amorphous chest. There's these black tentacles are starting to sprout out all over it, and there's this small little humanoid head that's kind of craning out of the mass of the body and looking at you and twisting its head down at you. The ice hits it and it kind of just flinches a little bit and then just goes as it starts to wail. All of you hear this in the dark. And then you're gonna try to push all your friends back. I'm gonna say, because you're trying to literally roll and push everyone, go ahead and make a strength athletics check for me as you try to, like, slam into everybody and push them back.
Okay, do I, is strength gonna be under the, like, list of things,
you should have a list of skills, and there should be one that says athletics, and you can click on athletics. It should be at the top, because I think it's alphabetical.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a +4, don't fail me now.
23!
Yeah!
I'm gonna say you can push everyone back 10 feet as you slam into them. So actually, you can really only get them 5 feet back, because immediately all of your companions slam into the walls that are back behind you.
Okay.
As Remble shoves everyone back. Awesome. That was... Anything else you want to do, Remble? That was your action. You still have some movement. You have a bonus action if you... I don't know if you have bonus actions.
Is there any way for me to bring light into this situation? Because I don't have...
You should, just in your basic adventuring gear, you should have, like, a torch or a lamp or whatever. And don't worry, you don't have to go look through your inventory. I'll just say you have that.
Oh, yeah, I have a torch. I would like to get my torch out. I don't think I would have time to, like, light it or anything.
Okay, great. So, yeah.
But I get it out, because, like, my friends can't see it.
Yeah, so you have the torch ready to go there. Awesome. Okay, it's Perrin's turn as Remble has shoved you all back. You heard a commotion, and now it's Perrin.
I think it's just got to be dancing lights.
Dancing lights, nice.
Dancing
okay.
Light, can't see anything.
Okay, awesome. So, lights appear in the room, and suddenly you all are able to see, and you can see this thing wedged up in the chains and the gears. It's remarkable how large it is, and it has multiple limbs. It has some insectoid limbs sticking out of it and clinging to the ceiling. Some are just kind of twitching aimlessly off to the side, but it is huge and lumbering and stuck up in the ceiling and looking down at all of you very menacingly. Anything else for Perrin?
Is Perrin the type of person to just book it?
Is Perrin the type of person to just book it? Perrin, I know that Perrin specifically, when I talked with Claire, had a lot of support spells, I think, to like help people. But I think Perrin would also be willing to know when it's very dangerous and would be willing to retreat to like support from the back.
Okay, yeah. So I think Perrin's just gonna back up a whole bunch.
Okay.
Maybe duck around this corner.
Okay, nice. So skittering back, pushing against the corner. And I think with dancing lights, you can just leave them there in the room, right? They kind of...
Yeah.
Cool.
So like, I think even like a little bit further forward.
Cool, okay.
Like in the observatory, probably like where the noises were coming from.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So yeah, Perrin pushes around the corner, waiting to help when in the next turn. Is that it for Perrin?
That's action. That's movement. Do we have any bonus actions? I don't think so. So I think that's it.
Okay, great. Zeed.
Oh God. Okay.
Grabs the little medallion, the glass medallion with the labyrinth, shoots his hands out, and there's kind of a burst of light, and is going to cast Bless on all of you. So you can add a d4 to your attack rolls and saves, and is going to...
Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna wait back with Perrin.
And is going to also retreat back to be in the hall with Perrin to support. Okay, you all have Bless. It is now Armor's turn.
Wow, it really didn't roll good, did it?
No, it rolled real bad. You guys got really lucky.
Oh my god.
We're down!
It's probably really good at strength saves, would be my guess. So I think I'm just gonna light a bonfire between us and it.
Okay. So, how does that work?
So, let's see. So you create a bonfire in the ground. You can see within range until the spell ends. The magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
If a creature, I can cast it like on a creature, or if a creature moves into it for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there, it also takes damage.
Cool.
And so, could I put down a 5-foot cube, or like a 5-foot thing, like in I guess the dancing light space even?
Yeah. Do you see what I put? I put a little circle there, a red circle.
Yeah. And
okay.
Would it have to go through that? I don't know, like how tall the ceiling is at that point.
That's a good question. So this is, I would say, yeah. So it kind of comes down, and I would say that that's like an archway going into the observatory.
Mm-hmm. Actually, hold up.
It's probably a 10-foot tall archway, and this thing is a size large creature, so it would have to get through there. It would have to touch the bonfire.
I think what I want to do instead is, if I can, pull Remble back into the hallway and then light the bonfire at the mouthway of the hallway.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So yeah, you can move half speed as you grab Remble. So yeah, you can get Remble all the way to there, and then you want to throw the bonfire down there. Okay. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So what does it look like as you cast bonfire?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So all these like little sparks that we saw coming up off the fireflies earlier, back when we found the like vulnerability to fire thing, just kind of like spark. It's like a spark plug, and then just like these like streams of kind of like this like viscous fluid, kind of just like slingshot around, like if you've ever seen a velvet worm sliming something, kind of in this like back and forth thing, just like over top of Remble, just like coating the surface here. And then like one of the fireflies, heroically, may they rest in peace, goes up to this and lights one of its like sparks, and like the whole area just like woof,
Oh, that's cool.
goes up.
That's so cool. So,
Yeah.
and then lights on fire, and now there's just this roaring bonfire in front of you, Remble. The
Could you
heat's
put a light
radiating
source
down
there
the hall.
too? Because
Yes,
I can't see.
I will put a light source there. Okay, awesome. Anything else for you or more?
I think that's it for good old Amor.
Okay, awesome. The creature, Dr. Haig, is going to drop down. It is going to start skittering across the ground, rears up at the fire, kind of, very put off by it, but sees the living creature there before them that he can consume, and is going to press kind of into it. So what happens? He has to make a save.
Yeah, make a dex save,
Okay.
DC 14.
That's a 13.
Nice. So 1d8 fire damage.
Awesome.
So that's 6 fire damage.
6 fire damage. Okay, nice. Let me see if it's not vulnerable, but what does happen is that 6 fire damage hits. You watch as it was skittering towards you, Remble, you saw that where the kind of flash frozen part of the body was damaged from your hit, suddenly it was sealing shut, and like new flesh was growing over it, and new tentacles were starting to sprout out of that. But as it pushes into the fire, all of that immediately just sloughs away, and all that regenerative ability just stops as it gets right up to you, Remble, and is now Tinnel, I'm saying this to you, Tinnel. This is not personal.
Okay.
Remble is gonna take 3 attacks as this thing
Oh my god.
comes down with tentacles and claws, and the final attack is that head snakes forward and the jaw unhinges, and multiple kind of serrated teeth sort of push out as it tries to bite you. So first, the claw attacks. Here we go.
This is why God gave us the dodge action.
That was a natural 20.
Hey, chronomancy.
Oh, can Chronomancy do something?
Chronomancy can do something.
Okay.
So, I think that happens, and like it's like the camera sees that happen, and just like Remble gets like torn apart suddenly,
Uh-huh.
and then like it's freeze frame, and then like reverses. So chronal shift. After you or a creature you can see within 30 feet makes a d20 roll, can force a re-roll, which is used instead.
Okay, I will re-roll. Here we go. That is so cool.
Twice for one right.
And I rolled a natural 1. So
Boom!
literally, there's a moment, Remble, yeah, where I think you even witnessed your death in front of you.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there's this kind of glitch in the air.
And, like, yeah, Perrin's like tattoos are just glowing green.
And this thing just narrowly misses you with a claw, misses your snout as you kind of matrix dodge it, and then it comes in with its second attack. That's a 21 to hit. Not a natural 20, but it's a 21, so that will hit. You're gonna take 10 points of slashing damage as
my
it
God.
carves into you with its claw, and then that head snakes down and tries to bite you. For a 9 to hit, so that misses, snaps in front of you, trying to grab at you, but it can't. That takes us to Remble. You're up.
Can I bite it back?
Yeah,
if
go
it's
for
head
it.
is, like next to me, and like I am shoved into this hallway. I
Yes.
feel like I would just bite and like headbutt at the same time. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
go ahead and I mean
Can
you're
I-
a monk, so use your
Can
unarmed
I
strength.
just give you some advice out of character? If you're taking the
Yes,
attacks with
absolutely.
Perrin, there's an action that you can take called the dodge action, which gives
Yeah,
disadvantage on all attacks coming in. So if we're gonna be sitting here and fighting it, which we
Yeah.
could do, and if you're taking the attacks, that you might want to consider that. And
Is
I don't
that-
know if like monks can do that as like bonus actions.
Oh,
or
you might
something.
be able to do that as a bonus action, yeah.
I was actually
Okay.
going to ask about that because I have key,
Yeah.
and it's that I can spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on my turn.
Yes.
So like, do I do that right now and then I do my attack?
You can do it whenever, really, but yeah, like, cause since it's your turn, you can take your bonus and action whenever you want. And in certain circumstances, you might want to do bonus first, but yeah. So yeah, sure, you could totally do that. So you get into a defensive stance. You can mark off a key as you get into the dodge action, and then you go in for this bite. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Would this be like an unarmed strike?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Let's get you.
Oh, nice. Yes, that absolutely hits. So you, yeah.
Full force with my head, slam into this like long, gross neck that's like right next to my face.
Awesome. Yeah, just slam into it, and you feel, you kind of feel some crunching of bone as you slam into it and bite down. Go ahead and roll your damage. What does this creature taste like? Oh my god. I'll let you decide that, Remble, what it tastes like.
Okay, so this is a great question for me because I've actually eaten. I would say it tastes kind of like swordfish.
Okay. Okay.
It's like, you know, not like sushi taste. It's kind of like a more tangy kind of taste.
Okay.
From when I had it back when I was in Italy. Like, it was just this like really interesting, not super fishy, but like like if fish was like tangy and meant for pasta. That's what it tastes like.
That doesn't sound bad at all. So you actually get a very nice taste in your mouth as you bite this thing. Awesome. Anything else for you, Remble? I think that was your action and bonus. You only have one
action
attack,
and bonus.
Right?
Yeah, I get an attack. I did my bonus action. And then there's not. Sorry, I'm toggling between a couple things. I mean, I could try to move us back again, just to give us some breathing room.
Do we think that it can like squeeze itself into these corridors?
It got out somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, you know what?
I
Can
have a
we
plan.
like?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
So
Are you-
possibly Perrin has enlarge reduce, and we could enlarge it. But if it looks squirmy and like it can just like squeeze, that'd be a waste. But I think it's very funny.
Nah, do it. It's worth trying.
Okay,
Also,
okay.
we should run into one of these rooms and shut the door.
Oh my god.
We could also do that. We could also do that. That's true.
We should do both because I feel like the door is even smaller than the hallway, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
that only lasts like a short time. Yeah. So I don't know. Are we fighting or are we running? Anything?
I don't know if I can do anything else this turn, but we're both right next to doors.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe we should just both go into doors so that it has to choose where to go, and we could like essentially get flanking, right? Is that right?
If
like,
you
if it
get on
does-
either side of it, yeah.
Yeah, if it does manage to get past that fire. That's just my strategic thought. That I'm yelling at you while we're sitting here.
What are we doing, Remble?
I'm like frantically dancing it out very fast.
Awesome. So
That's the dodge action.
yeah. It is now Perrin's turn.
Oh, Perrin. Like, if we're fighting though, I think we just want to do damage to it. But it's so funny. What kind of save is enlarge reduce? Oh, it's Constitution. I don't feel good about making it not do a Constitution save. So I think we're just gonna chromatic orbit.
Okay, cool.
So that is a spell attack, which I really am having a hard time seeing what the attack bonus is. I think it's 5.
Okay, that sounds right for level 3.
Okay, big money, big money. 11?
11 will not hit, unfortunately. Flies across and just I think it's with weird speed and grace, it kind of twitches out of the way as the orb shoots under it. And yeah, misses. Anything else for Perrin?
I think glancing into the fog room, is there any sort of sight that we can see beyond that fog?
Make
Is it too thick?
make a perception roll for Perrin.
Okay, that is plus. Oh no, that's not plus.
Is it just a straight roll, or it's a
Oh, no,
minus?
that's a -1.
Minus.
Oh, which is an 18.
Glancing into that room, it is completely dark,
Yeah.
and I don't think there's any light back here, so Perrin can't really see anything in there, but Perrin hears that sound of and then hears something kind of wet slap on the ground as something starts to move towards the door.
Ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
Oh no, it's both scientists. Oh no.
Yeah, and the door is busted open so it can't be closed.
Correct.
This ain't good. This might be a horror film where everybody dies.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, Perrin's gonna take another step back.
Okay. Zed looks over and goes, "Where are you going?"
There's something coming
Very,
up.
very loudly. What? looks over into the
No.
dark. It's so dark. Oh my God, Zed's gonna be the first person to die in the horror
Wait,
film.
wait. We got blessed. I
You
should
did
add
get
it.
blessed. Oh God, yeah. Roll a d4 for your 11.
4.
That hits.
15.
Oh my God,
Yes.
that hits. That just hits.
Thank you, Aquarera person. Okay, 3d8. We're doing. Might as well try acid damage. We're
Okay,
going to-
cool.
just looking for a vulnerability. 12.
12 acid damage. Nice. Lets out a horrible shriek. It's burning. It's got acid on it. Again, it doesn't seem like it necessarily did more damage, but you just see that ability to re-stitch itself is fully stopped, and it's just more stuff is sloughing off. That hurt it really bad. Okay, that was Perrin.
That was Perrin.
It's now Zed, who's looking into the dark room, saw Perrin move away.
Okay, I'll move back too.
It is going to do a sacred flame on the creature. So dex save. It makes it. So the little radiant light bursts under it as it dodges out of the way, and then Zed is going to push back as well. Taking us to Armor. It is your turn.
Yeah, we're just gonna thorn whip this friend.
Go for it.
Yes.
Do-do-do. Oh boy, I'm so scared. Okay, and we're gonna be doing favored foe and gathered swarm on this for damage.
Oh, cool. Okay. This is a Swarm Keeper thing?
Yeah. So if we hit, well, oh, that's a 9.
A
I rolled
9.
a
You
3,
have
so it doesn't matter.
Bless, which, yeah, won't,
Yeah,
even
but-
with Bless, it won't hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So unfortunately, your Thorn Whip. What does your Thorn Whip look like? Is it more of that
Yeah, just kind of like viscous fluid.
cool
But
Spider-Man-esque
kind of
almost?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So
Just the kind of the helmet opens up and it skirts.
Oh, this is so cool. This is so gross and horror film awesome.
Oh.
I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, misses past it. Anything else for Armor?
Just going through, looking to see if I have anything.
The creature is about to go. It's rearing up on Remble.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna back up.
Okay,
A
leaving
little bit more.
Remble there to defend against this thing.
Yeah,
as
we're
it-
backing up. We're backing up. We're
As
backing
it
up.
rears back, that takes us to the creature's turn. Dr. Haig rears back, looking at you. The head kind of rips out, the neck rips out of your mouth, sort of cranes back and tilts, and then goes in for the bite at disadvantage because of the dodge action. Unfortunately, dirty 20 for the lowest roll.
Oh my god.
9 points of piercing damage.
Ooh,
How's Rumble looking?
I'm at 2.
2. Okay, here comes the next attack with the claws at disadvantage. A 10. Misses as you parry it aside. That's last attack. A 13.
I'm a 14.
Oh my god! So they all miss. The last 2 miss as the head reaches down, bites into your shoulder, and pulls out a big chunk of your shoulder, leaving you a bloodied shoulder. And it's just trying to swipe at you, but you parry it to the side. Taking us to Remble, it's your turn.
It's on the bonfire.
Yeah, it's on bonfire. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it make a save again?
Yeah, keeps making dex saves.
Dex saves, okay.
DC 14.
Got a 4.
Okay, 1d8. More fire damage for the fire damage gods. 7.
Wow, nice. So yeah, 7 starts to shrivel and really wail in pain. Remble, it's your turn.
Oh,
Get out of there!
yeah. How many key can I use? I think it's 3, right?
Probably. Yeah, that sounds right.
I was reading, and I believe I can use 3 in one.
Okay.
If I have many wonderful. By the way, chat, thank you. I see so many wonderful people here. I feel loved and supported. Also, how many key can I use?
You could definitely. I think you could definitely use. You can only do one. I think 1 key per bonus action. I think.
Okay.
You should have. You have 3. You have 3 key points at 3rd level, so you have 2 more left.
So it's Step of the Wind.
Yes.
I can spend key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on my turn, and my jump distance is doubled for the turn.
Awesome. I love it.
I'm a nimble cannonball.
Yeah.
Watch me roll.
Yes. So yeah, what are you gonna? What do you want to do?
Yes, thank you. There's the info. There is a total of 3 per short rest that I am allowed to use, and so this is my 2nd key, and I am definitely going to jump back.
Awesome. So you disengage. If I may suggest, unless you're going to use your action for something else, you could use your action to punch it and then disengage.
Use my action and then my key.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Yes. See, you players don't think like that.
It's okay. Yeah.
Can we tell if this thing's bloodied yet?
It does look bloodied.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say, with my fury of blows.
Yes.
Remember, I got my torch out, so it's in my hand.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I want to say, like, I light it.
Yes.
And I go into a fury of blows.
Yes. Awesome. I love
feel
it.
Like every time I do, I'm spitting some sort of like, this is how karma works.
Amazing. Yeah, go.
Okay. I thought that was a 1.
Oh, okay. You got an 11. You are blessed. You can roll a d4 and add that to that roll.
Yes. Okay.
Big money, big money.
4!
Oh, yes, you hit. Oh my god, you hit. Yes. Go ahead and roll damage.
This is why we keep Zeta around.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, well. Okay.
Oh, okay. 3. It's okay. It's a little.
3.
A little bit.
Fire damage because.
Yeah, I will say it's 3 fire damage because you slam it with the torch. Awesome. Okay, and then you want to disengage. You can go ahead and move your token back wherever you want.
Yes.
As you. Very cool.
I can't go any further, really, right?
Yeah, you can move through your ally's space. It's difficult terrain, so it just costs extra movement to do so. So yeah, you can, if you want, try to.
Oh, can you like step of the wind like monk, like jump back and forth
on the
across
walls?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I will let you make an acrobatics check and see if you can do that, and then it won't cost you extra movement. You can just move through your companions.
Good. Yes, I definitely. Yes.
Oh my God, natural 20. Yeah, so yeah, you all. What does this look like, Remble? You go back and how do you like navigate past your companions?
So I do my signature cannonball roll, like where I've like tucked everything up, and I'm rolling backwards, and then I do a handstand push off the ground because I'm rolling backwards, and I go upside down and like roll above them, and I like use the hallway, like because I'm stout,
yes,
so I feel like I could just kind of keep brushing the hallway sides, so it just looks like I fluidly roll over all of you.
Oh, that's so good. And where would you like to go?
Not into the gas room. We all decided that was bad. And I feel like everyone's probably a little healthier than me.
You can easily
I'm gonna go
get to there, yeah.
Yeah. And then I do want to open this door though.
Sure. Yeah, you land.
Maybe next turn.
You land and then are you sure?
Do it. I want to see if we have a backup.
You land
plan,
and
if
you
there's anything
kick.
in there. I want to immediately slam the door shut and be like, no.
Well, I'll say you can open it, but closing it's gonna have to be on your next turn. So you kick it open. Boom.
I accidentally
and
my tail hit it and it just like flung open.
And inside it looks like a library, and there's like supplies and things like
Perfect.
Dazzle Pants, Sonic the Hedgehog bounce. Absolutely, you totally just Sonic down the hall. Oh my God. And you're a blue dragonborn. Oh my God.
Like an icy blue-white.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so you just Sonicked away from the horrible monster, taking us to Perrin. Oh, so good.
Yeah, Perrin's just gonna pop up and do another chromatic orb.
Awesome.
And then I think pop back.
Yeah, go for it.
Plus 5. Plus a D4. 16.
16. That hits.
Again, thanks to the bless.
Oh,
it's been pulling its weight.
Zeed.
3d8. That's only 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay, nice.
9 fire.
The acid splashes across it. You hear the horrible scream come down the hall. Is that it for Perrin?
Perrin's just gonna
keep going.
I think actually, like,
does Perrin have any healing?
You have the healing potions.
You do.
Oh,
yeah.
Do I have both? I thought we each took one.
I
thought
you took both.
I did. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I thought you both each took one, but if you want, you want it to be that Remble has both.
That's how I had pictured it.
Okay. Yeah, Remble, you have both healing potions.
I think Perrin like makes eye contact with you and kind of like gestures in to the library. It's like questioningly.
I'm nodding vigorously.
Okay.
Like,
great. So
awesome.
We'll just kind of duck in, peek.
I forgot who I was talking to, and I'm dancing to go like.
Like aircraft controller, like in.
Awesome. All right, is that it for Perrin?
I believe so. Yes.
All right. Armor, you hear the sound of kind of wet, sticky flesh like slapping on stone and metal, and you hear it above you, and as you look up you see a twisted kind of feminine humanoid form of a person crawling across the ceiling as they come out from that gas room.
Oh my God.
And
you gotta focus fire though. We have to focus
they're up on the ceiling directly above you as they kind of spin their head around. Yeah, they're clinging to the ceiling. As they spin around and look down, and they see Zeed, who was squawking and who was standing in the doorway, and they seem intent on grabbing Zeed as they kind of bend their backwards to slash down at Zeed. I also need to look up something about this creature. By the way, I'm reskinning a bunch of creatures, so for chat, you'll see something different. Okay, so
While
it's the
he's-
start of the Okay, both, Armor, I guess you don't smell anything?
Oh yeah, I can smell.
You can smell?
Bugs,
Okay,
bugs pretty
this thing smells incredibly, like, acidic and, like, really, not acidic, but, like, chemically. Like, there's just this horrible chemical stench coming off of it that's burning your senses. But it is going to bend down and go for Zeed. Zeed goes, "Oh, what the fuck?" Looking up at it as it slashes down at Zeed. It's gonna go for the claw attack with an 11. It misses Zeed. Zeed is super lucky. Taking us to Zeed. Zeed is like, and is gonna look back at you, Remble. Looks up at the thing on the ceiling, takes a big gulp.
I must fulfill my duty as a cleric.
It is gonna risk the attack of opportunity to run over to you. So he runs over to you. Sorry, I have to move you just for a second, Armor. Oh, I did not switch that thing to earlier.
Oh my god, it has a tongue.
Feels so gross.
And oh, it just hits Zeed. Oh no.
No.
Okay, so let's resolve the damage roll first to see if I wonder if Zeed's gonna get dropped. Oh, it's a big hit too. Okay.
I mean, appropriate to the horror movie, I think.
So Zeed takes 4 plus.
Plus what? Or plus what, Nathan?
Okay, so Z plus 3. Z takes 7 points of damage, stumbling down the hall, and now Z needs to make a con save. Oh no. Okay. Zeed fails the con save.
Uh-oh.
Before Zeed can even get to you, Remble, you watch as the claw, the arm of this person sort of overextends and stretches, and these claws sort of pop out of the hand, almost like bone shards, like popping out of the hand as it slashes into Zeed, and you see like dripping of some sort of thick, like viscous liquid coming off the claws, and Zeed suddenly and goes stiff and is paralyzed. So Zeed is now paralyzed and needs to make another con check to see if Zeed can hold on to Bless. Bless drops.
No, I needed that. I needed that on my turn. If you had done nothing, Zeed, it would have been better. I'm sorry.
I went for what felt right for Zeed. Okay, Armor, you're up. Zeed is paralyzed, and there is a creepy lady on the ceiling above you.
Yeah, how's our big doctor friend looking?
Looking pretty hurt. Yeah.
Pretty hurt's not on death's door, but I think
not on death's door, but pretty hurt.
I think we have to just keep laying in.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be another thorn whip. I was really hoping to keep that.
I know.
What's up? But we do what we can. Yeah, thorn whip.
Go for it. Yeah, let's see it.
Come on. 10.
Oh,
I rolled a 3 on my
no.
last attack and a 4 on this one.
Oh no. Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
can't do anything.
It does not hit. Misses. Anything else for you?
It might be worth it. It might be worth it to have Perrin use their second reroll on that.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah.
I think we need to
Yeah,
get
go
this
for it.
big guy damaged. I have a fair amount of damage, I think. Okay, so again, blast of reroll. Oh, maybe I could have done that on Zeed's con save. Never mind. Can't win them all. 16. There we go.
16. That hits.
So that's 4 piercing damage, and then
Nice.
I'm gonna mark it as my favorite foe.
Okay.
So whenever I deal damage to it, it gets another d4 damage. So that's another 2 damage, up to 6.
Nice.
And also, just a whole bunch of the fireflies kind of like fly out and start like biting and stinging it. for
Okay.
another 1d6 damage.
Oh, wow.
So that's 9 damage total.
Because that was an additional 3 damage? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. It's starting to look hurt. Starting to look hurt.
Starting to look hurt.
Yeah, I mean, like very hurt. Like,
Yeah.
there's pieces of it that are, like, missing, and, like, it's seeming to have a hard time sprouting new tentacles. Yeah, it's looking bad. Is that it for you?
Can I kind of push Zed back and
Sure.
move back myself like that?
Yeah. So you push Zed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, if you just push Zed just, like, falls over. Falls down.
I'm amazed that Zed was not already falling down.
So Zed is just laying on the ground, paralyzed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Question, point of order. Was there a bunch of slime covering him? Is he now slippery and able to just skid along if he's continuously pushed? You've made a lot of wet noises.
Yeah. We'll
No.
say there was a lot of slime and stuff on the ground outside of the door where it looks like this thing, burst out and, like, climbed across. So yeah, there's this slime on the ground and Zed is just kind of gliding across the stone.
Oh my god.
Just going, I forgot, Armor, I need you to make a con save at this. It would have been at the start of your turn. Standing in proximity of this creature on the ceiling, that stench is getting to you. It's like affecting the senses of the swarm.
So I have constructed resilience, which means I have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and resistance to poison damage.
Yes?
And I don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. You are immune to disease. Can I just, like, hold my breath? Like,
That
goes
is
down
such
the
a
little vents?
good question.
if it's just stench.
Yeah, sure. We'll say that the helm goes down and all the little fireflies just kind of close up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you bypass that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. At the start of the monster's turn, I think it takes some fire damage.
Yeah.
It needs to make a
Please.
death
Yep.
save. It got a natural 1, so go ahead and roll fire damage.
On fire, doing work. That's just 1 though.
Okay. And then it's going to start crawling and squeezing into the hall, trying to get towards you all. So it's going to move at half speed. 10, 15, or 10, hold on. 10, 20. Is that right? 30.
30?
Yeah, because it has a move of 30. It can only move 3 spaces instead of 6. Yeah, so it can only get to there. So it's starting to push its way down the hall, but it can actually reach. Yeah, it is actually within the attack range of you, Armor. But
Don't like that.
you will have 3/4 cover, so you have a +5 bonus to your AC as it tries to
Okay.
reach around
I
the
have
corner.
23 AC then.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. First, the claws come around the corner. Nope, a 9 and a 12. And then the head cranes around and tries to bite onto the armor for a 10. So it is unable to get you as it's trying to get you around the corner. Remble, you're up. You can see these creatures moving down the hall towards you. And I know we're at 9:30 about, so...
Yeah. No.
We're in this to win it. We can do it.
Pop the potion. Good. Like,
Perfect.
toss the vial. It smashes somewhere behind you.
You can roll 2d4 plus 2 to give yourself healing.
Okay. So the first one's a 3.
Ooh.
Second one's a 1. So that's 4 plus 2.
Yeah, so you get 6 hit points back.
Okay. And then I just there is a thing that I will bring up if it happens, but I definitely want to just I still had the torch in my hand, right? I never threw it away. Go in with my fury of blows.
Cool.
I would imagine I can leap over.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
God.
say, because you got that natural 20, I'll give you can just do it again. You've done it before. You can sonic
Yeah.
your way over. Rolling, you watch Remble jump up and roll across the ceiling down past the creature that's currently clinging to the ceiling and then lands down next to it. And that creature there, Remble, is up above you on the ceiling, so you can.
Okay.
You
so
can
I don't
be
have
in
to...
its square. Yeah, you can be in its
Okay.
space. Yeah.
And definitely Fury of Blows, flaming blows, right?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
A 15 hits. Yeah, 15 hits. See the damage.
Come on!
5 damage. Nice. So here's the question for you. You have 1 key point left. You can use it to do any of the things you can do with key. So if you want, you can use your bonus action to do one of those things.
I also had a question real quick.
Yeah.
Just before we get into that. Open hand technique special. Whenever you hit with one of your flurry of blows attacks, I can impose one of the following effects on the target. Fall prone if it fails a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Get DC 12. Get pushed up to 15 feet if it fails strength saving throw.
Okay.
DC 12. Or it can't make a reaction until the end of my next turn.
Oh, is that the stun?
Open hand. Oh, it says open hand technique special, and I was
Cool.
trying to get you the info. I would like for it to not take a. Oh wait, take a reaction is like.
That's an
reacting.
opportunity attack. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
want to try to do that, yeah.
Or what you would recommend, because I'm not quite sure
No,
what
that's
the.
that sounds great. So it makes a what save for that one?
It's an or. It doesn't have to make a save. It says or it can't take a reaction
nice.
until
Okay.
my next turn. So
Okay, awesome.
period.
It
That's
can-
just
Yeah, it can't make a reaction. Okay, so you smack it and it right in the face and it's totally for a moment taken off guard. So it can't do an opportunity attack on you.
yeah. Player to player, what do you recommend I do with that? Like, do I move?
You still have 1 key point. Can you use it to keep fucking it up?
Like keep attacking it.
I feel like flurry of blows is a thing where you can turn key points into punches.
Yes.
Yes. Flurry of blows. After you take the attack on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Oh my god, so you can do 2 more attacks?
2 more unarmed
Okay.
Pretty
strikes.
good.
Go for it.
Let's do that. That's my final key. Boom, baby.
Nice. That hits.
Okay. And that's gonna be that.
Amazing.
Okay. And 1 more! Because I'm just like
do it,
beating
yeah.
it with the
Just
flaming torch.
boop, 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 boop.
Oh wait, this is unarmed. I'm just using my hand.
Oh my god, so good!
That hits, that hits.
Let's do it. Come on. No.
Oh, okay. It's looking very close. It is super hurt as it's just like stumbling down, trying to get at you. I think that takes us to Perrin.
Movement.
You do have movement, and it can't take a reaction if you want.
And neither can the ghoul, or not ghoul.
Yeah,
Tongue lady.
The lady also used an opportunity attack. That's true. So you can move away from both of them, and they won't be able to attack you.
Oh, is there a place I should move to? Like that would
Up to you.
Would it be? Well, where would I have to be for flanking specifically?
Oh.
Or
Oh. I don't see a good flanking spot
Yeah,
here.
you
Okay.
would have to get.
Hard to flank somebody on the ceiling.
I'm gonna move.
Mhm.
I guess I'll just move a little bit over this way and try to get it back into the fire.
Sure. Okay. So you.
Oh, I'm
roll
gonna
up and over
recast
it.
the fire on it, on my...
Ooh.
My turn.
Okay, great. I'm out of the way for that. Do it.
Okay, sweet. So, landing on the other side of it, ready for the fire, taking us to Perrin. Perrin is ready to go. What are you doing?
With Rumble out of the way, I believe we can do this cool thing
Okay.
called Magnified Gravity.
Okay.
Oh, this sounds great.
So the gravity in a 10-foot radius sphere, centered on a point you can see within range,
Oh,
increases
God.
for a moment.
Oh,
Each
no.
creature in the sphere on the turn when you cast the spell must make a con saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 2d8 force damage, and speed is halved. On a successful save, they take half as much damage.
Wow. Okay.
And so
what's the
let's
save?
just try to like center it to hit Scary Lady up top and just like that hallway.
Yeah. We could do that. Yeah. So you focus the energy. What's the save they make?
Constitution.
Con save. Okay. So Dr. Haig gets a 17, so we'll take half damage. Dr. Livia will get also a 17. Wow. Okay. So they both will take half damage. But yeah, I think we see like, Perrin reach out and clench their arms as the tattoos light up, and almost like a singularity forms between the two creatures, this like mini black hole, and the gravity just kind of pulls in towards it as they start to get torn into it. Let's see that damage.
I rolled a 7 in damage.
7 damage. Okay, so they each take 3 damage as they're getting crushed by it. But hey, it's a little bit of damage.
Nickel and diming
them. Anything else?
Go up here and pull Zeed into the library.
Okay, awesome. Pull Zeed in. Awesome. Take us to Dr. Livia. Dr. Livia sees her prey getting pulled away. Is going to skitter across the ceiling. You can make an attack of opportunity.
I will make an attack of opportunity with... So, as Olivia kind of goes away, like some of the ports that I had like closed up because of the smell, like open up again, and more it's like a velvet worm, just like and it's just like adhesive.
Okay.
I'm using a net attack as my opportunity attack.
Okay, cool. Does she make or do you just make an attack roll?
I just make an attack roll.
Awesome, go for it.
Net attack. Would you say that I'm flanking?
No.
Okay,
sorry.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a 5.
5.
I've
It misses.
Rolled above a 4.
All right, it misses, and Dr. Livia crawls into the room with Perrin and Zeed and goes for Zeed. It reaches down, trying to get Zeed. She's gonna go for her bite attack. Again, much like Dr. Haig, just on a smaller scale, her neck kind of suddenly extends and cranes down, and the mouth opens and bites down on Zeed with advantage because he's paralyzed. Sorry, I didn't. So 21 hits. He's also paralyzed, so it's a critical hit. So, here we go. 2d8. 12. That's double to 24. You all watch as Dr. Livia cranes her head down, clamps onto Zeed's neck, and crunches as Zeed goes limp. Zeed is out. And we see Zeed's arm go limp, and that little green glass medallion that Remble made for Zeed limply falls onto the ground and cracks. Alright, so Zeed is out. Unfortunately, I think Zeed actually is straight up dead from that.
Because
I think it's more than... No, not quite. Zeed's not dead. No, Zeed is making death saving throws.
Okay.
So Zeed
playing with my heartstrings.
I know, sorry.
I mean, if you want it, this is a one-shot. If you want to just be cinematic about it,
I would say, to be cinematic about it, Zeed is dead. Zeed drops dead in that moment, and that little thing cracks. But that takes us to Armor. You're there. You can see the creature around the corner. It is struggling to stay alive. Pieces of it are falling off.
I can't leave Remble.
Would you have even seen Z die though?
I don't know. I don't think anybody saw
I don't think
that.
you.
Yeah.
I don't think
Honestly,
I don't think we're aware.
I think I move up
know that happened.
into a flanking position.
You are flanking, yeah.
Yeah.
Get flanked.
And cast move the bonfire underneath this creature.
It starts to scream. Does it make a save now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna put it closer to Remble,
Okay.
just to like encourage it to focus on me.
Cool. That was a failure with an 11. Go ahead and roll that damage.
This thing is so tough.
It's very tough. Yeah.
I'm sorry I drew it.
4 fire.
It's looking so messed up as it starts to fall apart, and indeed it is going to rear around on you, Armor, and it's going to unleash its full brunt of attacks on you. So here we go. 19.
Armor class 19 hits.
Okay.
I have armor class 18.
18. Okay. So first one does 13 points of slashing with the
I'm
first
down
claw.
to 15.
11 misses, and the bite is a 16 misses. So the last two just scrape off your armor as it's trying to get at you.
I think like some more holes get punctured.
Yeah, nice light starts to shine through onto this
Yeah.
horrible visage of this thing.
Oh,
Taking us to Remble, you're up. Come on.
oh, gosh! Immediate fury of blows, like, yeah,
Draws power from the art.
yeah.
Wait,
tackle.
you have advantage on this attack because you're flanking.
So do I roll again?
You can roll again, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll traditionally just in case.
Do it. Come on. Please.
Oh!
Did you really get it after us? Amazing. Okay, roll damage, and you get to double the dice.
Okay.
Nathan?
I mean, yeah, honestly, I think we're at 940. This thing has 7 hit points left. Like, there's a chance you would roll under that, but because we're at 940, I would love to just let this happen. So, Remble, what does this look like as you defeat Dr. Haig, as he's about to try to devour your friend on the other side?
So because it's not looking at me, I am just furiously punching the torch in hand,
Yes.
and it's making like almost chunks because it can't regenerate from the fire I'm using as I'm going, and all of a sudden I feel it give, and I'm just punching mush, and I see like it just get mushier and mushier, but I'm so angry I don't stop until I'm beating the floor.
Oh my god, yes, you form a tunnel through it, essentially, down onto the floor, until eventually you just feel your fists pummeling into stone, and you, Armor, just watch as the face twitches and wails and then goes slack and limp as it falls down, and you see emerging behind, covered in gore and goo, Remble standing there, lit by the flames of your bonfire as it is destroyed. I'm gonna say, you all would be able to handle Dr. Olivia eventually. It's tough, but you're able to bring her down. Eventually, quiet settles over this research facility, and you, Armor, and Remble walk into the room with Perrin after defeating Dr. Olivia, and you see Zeed lying there, limp on the ground, with the cracked medallion at his side.
I think an important thing is as Perrin sees Dr. Olivia, like, I guess, devouring Zeed, does Perrin back away, or does Perrin attack? What type of person is Perrin? What does the camera see? That's an important...
Or freeze.
I think, or freeze. I think what we see is we see Perrin as Dr. Olivia descends onto Zeed and does indeed start to bite into Zeed. Perrin takes a moment, kind of steels himself, and turns and runs back to join you all. When he joins you all, gives like a brusque nod. We gotta deal with that lady, and leads you back into the room, and you can see that Zeed is starting to be devoured, and you take out Dr. Olivia. After defeating her, you go through the lab and you manage to find Dr. Olivia's notes, find the ingredients for creating this antidote. I'm gonna say it's up to all of you whether or not you did lethal damage to Dr. Olivia or not. And that'll be like you know, just a narrative decision here for both of you. Do you do lethal damage to her, or do you try to somehow just knock her cold? What do you think?
I mean, as a monk, my inclination is to always save what I can.
Okay.
So I feel like I like one really big bonk over the head with the torch.
Cool. Yeah, she goes down limp. You search the lab. You find her notes, which lay out how to make the antidote and what the final ingredient was. With Perrin's help being a little more arcane inclined, you're able to fashion that and restore Dr. Livia. Unfortunately, Dr. Haig is gone. But Dr. Livia thanks you all, and she immediately confesses to you all that she knew that they were they were doing something wrong, but Dr. Haig kept pushing them, and she reveals that she plans to essentially shut this entire thing down and basically destroy the entire facility, and she will reap the consequences from the Lord's Alliance, and just tells you all to just walk away and forget you saw anything, and she'll take full responsibility for it all.
One question. What is the other doctor's specialty?
Oh, Dr. Stoutbrand.
Yes.
Dr. Stoutbrand specialized in extracting the necessary components from the monstrosities that were brought to us. In order to get... She kind of takes a moment, closes her eyes, and looks really uncomfortable. In order to get the right components, the specimens were required to be alive as the pieces were extracted. Or so he claimed.
He is not good.
I think you might be right. Thank you for what you've done. I'm terribly sorry about your friend. And please, just here. And she leads you into her living quarters and into Dr. Haig's office, and just basically takes anything of value and passes it off to you. And her final word, as you're all standing at the entrance, the panic room is still sealed shut. She just goes, "Just walk away. Don't look back. I'll take care of everything." And you watch as a bit of fiery energy starts to build in her hands. She closes the door and it seals shut. And as we see you all walking away from this darkened facility, we see in the distance and hear a low rumble and light flash up in the sky as smoke starts to billow and build in the distance as you walk away. And that's where we're gonna end tonight. Sorry, this is a real dark, spooky, but that's my vibe.
Wow,
That's what I'm into.
That was
It was so
amazing.
fun.
That was so good.
By the way, I meant to call it out at the beginning. This was a module. This was taken from One Shot Wonders, which is a thing that came out very recently. And I just kind of slightly modified parts of it, and then obviously with Tinnel came up with the design for the horrible Dr. Haig, heavily inspired by The Thing, if you did not realize, based on the music choices I've been doing, the snow, the Arctic, yes, all that. So
Can we see Dr. Haig's art one more time?
oh yeah,
Let's.
yes, let's
the noises you make, Nathan. The noises.
Nathan
That was
is
a fully
amazing.
immersive experience.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
There's
Wash
Dr.
my
Haig.
hands after this.
Man, yeah, when Tinnel showed me this, I was just so delighted. It's like, it was like, and I didn't really give you that much direction. I was just like, The Thing. I just love that movie, and this is very much like that style of, and then
God, the
Tinnel gave me
the introduction of us all walking into that room and having it like be chains and dripping.
Oh, that
lining for the problem.
So the dripping chains and all that again. Alien is like one of my favorite movies, so that was straight up. I just had to take that. But yeah, it just worked out so well, and like I could when you Tinnel were like, I'm gonna usher him into this big space. I was just sitting there going, oh boy, oh boy.
I think like, besides all the incredible descriptions, I think one of like my favorite thoughts to myself that I had was like, when I threw the package, I was like, well, this is fucking useless.
Like me as a player was just like, oh no, wait, oh okay.
I just was like, what do I do now?
So good. Yeah,
so
that was so much fun.
I can't believe I'm alive.
Yeah.
I know that
went down to what, 2? Wild.
That just like kept escalating. Like, yeah, it was like, okay, a bunch of people are making noise in that hallway, that door is open, so Dr. Olivia is going to hear that. So I had her enter the fray. It almost got even worse because I was worried that Remble was going to open the door into the synthesis lab, and there were leftover test subjects in there, which were like a bunch of rats that had turned into like, Rat King kind of like thing. And I was like, oh my god, they're just gonna trigger all of those things. Like,
oh gosh. Yeah, I distinctly remember like the first like 1 or 2 doors being harmless, and then every other door was like, nope.
Oh yeah.
See,
oh my god.
Having those directions, that was the thing that saved us.
That was so cool, yeah. Yeah, activate all the encounters at once. Dazzle Pants says, yeah.
We're just gonna speedrun this.
Yes. Oh my goodness, this was so much fun. Tinnel, thank you so much. I'm just showing everybody the art again. I'm just like moving it over. So we'll end here with Remble's art. God, Remble was so great.
Yeah.
So great.
I think I like have that thing where it's like you create a character and like I think for the first like what I don't know, tell me as more experienced players, you two chat, like how many characters do you have to make before you're ready to like just kind of let them go? Because I feel so attached to like I've only made like really thought about and made 3 characters. Remble's my 3rd, and like I'm so attached. I'm like, no, don't, you can't kill this one. Not yet.
For me, I think it happens every time. Like I will make the most throwaway character, and by the end of a session, I'm like, nope, this is the best. I don't want them.
Zeed was so good. And,
The
dice cooperated so much. It's just like, mechanically, we are dependent on Zeed. Zeed's the only thing keeping us through this. And then Zeed was taken away. And you had so many good crits.
Yeah.
Remble has, with the, chat, help me out. I'm forgetting the exact term. Fixed with gold, the broken glass.
Oh yeah.
And fused it back together, and added it to the coat she wears around her neck, but like tucked in.
Like when you do is it porcelain or like the
it's
fine...
the Japanese art of fixing fine porcelain with gold because the cracks make it unique.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god.
And from time to time you can see Remble tracing her shirt, what looks like to everyone else her shirt, tracing the medallion under her shirt. Tunic.
That's so good.
Oh yeah, Kintsugi, I think.
Kintsugi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Peacockasaurus said mentioned it. Awesome. Well, I
won't get attached now that I know. Jeez.
Getting attached.
Violet Razor, did you see? Don't get attached if you run a campaign. if you're with a character in a campaign with me.
Man, so I think Claire and I share this where we definitely get really attached to our characters, but we also I think are kind of masochistic in that we really like when our characters die or
It's
go
so
through.
true.
Yeah, because it just is like, wow, this is so, like, it's just such a great narrative beat, and it's truly sad, but there's something about it that's just so incredible that this game, or any tabletop game in general, when you have those consequences go to their final ending point, it just feels so satisfying. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe it, but it happened, and it just feels really real sometimes. But yeah.
Like you almost had me. Like I'm like, this is a one shot, and I'm like tearing up.
I gotta give a little bit of a shout out to Zeed for his name, because he was a sidekick I made for a one shot for my family. It was like my wife and brother-in-law and stuff. And my brother-in-law, I was like, oh, here's this sidekick. It's just this like Aarakocra cleric. And he's like, his name should be Zeed. So that's where that character came from. So, and Zeed died. It's so sad. All right, well, it's almost 10. Yeah, I have seen Claire sob before, yes. And it's been great, yeah. Okay, it's almost 10. This was so much fun. Tinnel, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tinnel.
Yeah.
It was such.
Thank you so.
I just want to call out, like, it was the moment where you like clicked on Armor's armor. Like that drew me in. It's just like, okay, I see the relationship between these two people. That was such a like masterful detail. Like you keep saying that like you're new at this, but like that was pro level.
Yeah.
Incredible. Loved it.
Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gosh, I had so much fun playing off of you and your visuals. I mean, I'm gonna be dreaming about fireflies living in armor for the next like year. I swear.
It's so good. All right, well, good night, everybody. Have a lovely evening, and thank you again, Tinnel, and we will see you all Wednesday. Goodbye.
Night.